Almost all states have a drug court or a specialty court. It's not really a court so much as a rehab group, kind of like a over-intensive AA where they are going to treatment and they are checking in with the court multiple times and getting tested until they feel that they're rehabilitated. One of the rules of drug court is no hooking up with other participants, apparently.
Okay, you're here on pretrial diversion revocations on 23 CR 003 and 22 CR 005. What does the Commonwealth have to say?
Your Honor, this is another motion to revoke pretrial diversion. She has a 5-year sentence. Basically, she had two and a half years on 2 different possession cases for a total of 5 years. And the reason the Commonwealth has brought this motion is that she was terminated from drug court on September 21st, 2023 for engaging in an inappropriate relationship with another participant. I believe that was Mr. Williams, who's the other person, but Mr. Cross can explain it if we need a testimony.
She gonna stipulate.
We'll need testimony, Judge.
Mr. Cross, you turn your camera back on. Mr. Cross,
Yes, sir.
raise your right hand. You swear a testimony you're about to give us the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do, Your Honor.
We're here in the case of Elisa Russell. Mr. Stockton, you want to proceed?
I will. Your Honor, Mr. Cross, are you familiar with Ms. Russell's case?
I am your Mr. Stockton.
And was she terminated from the specialty court program?
She was on September 21st. Yes, she was for number 12 of the appreciation agreement.
Did she do to violate that portion of the agreement?
When each individual comes into drug court, when we do orientation, they are told not to be engaged with other clients within the program. She was warned then, and then she had been warned several times since then, and therefore she didn't abide by the rule. And on the 21st September, the judge and team decided to enforce the rule, and therefore she was terminated from drug court.
What evidence, if you're aware, brought this to the drug court's attention that she was in a relationship with another participant?
We were showed a text at the court staff meeting by Mr. Williams and her involved in the same text, very inappropriate language, and his hand was on one of Miss Alyssa's body parts.
I have nothing
That's all I'm
further.
gonna go with that.
You have any inquiry of this witness?
I do, Judge. Mr. Cross, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir, Mr. Pennington, I can.
So you said that was violation of number 12?
Yes, of the appreciation agreement, which has been an original rule ever since my 23 years of service has been on that agreement in 23 years of my service.
Is that a specialty court rule specific to the 40th Circuit, or is that in all drug courts?
That is a statewide in all specialty courts / drug court.
But in the AOC form that has the waivers that defendants are required to sign, you're familiar with that form, correct?
Correct, yes.
Nowhere in that waiver does it mention that relationships with someone else in specialty court would be a violation, correct?
That waiver is designed to give them their legal rights. This is a specialty court rule statewide that our program has, well, basically placed since the beginning of the program.
So that's, no, it's not in that waiver.
No, that is correct. As you know, you review them with the clients.
And so you talked about Miss Russell and Mr. Williams being warned a couple times, right?
Correct.
So they, I guess, violated this number 12 rule and someone turned a blind eye once.
We just discovered it. They was warned at orientation, and Mr. Stevens, Judge Costello, could not be at drug court. So he stepped in as the judge that day and warned them in open court. Also, every one of the clients that day. And then the following month, which would be in September, we came without this text information, and the photo with Dakota and Alyssa was involved in it. And the judge and the team decided to enforce number 12, which is the judge and team's right to do that, and terminated from drug court.
Based off text communications and a picture.
Correct.
Those are the questions I have.
No redirect.
Is there a second document besides the AOC document that they signed during the orientation? You're talking about number 12. Is number 12 on some document that she signed?
Number 12 is SPC 18, which is appreciation agreement. It's the foundation of our program.
Did she sign the
Yes,
agreement that had
everyone
number
signed
12?
it with me signing it also.
Well, I just got, they talk about this AOC form. I was just gonna make sure that there's another form that she did sign, okay? Okay, you have any other questions? Would you like to make an argument?
I would, Judge. On the onset, Ms. Russell gets waivers and is informed of her legal rights with counsel.
Get behind them.
With counsel. So if this is going to be a rule that's not only going to expel Ms. Russell from specialty court, but also terminate her pretrial diversion and potentially send her to prison, one would think a rule that important would be outlined in the waiver, or would certainly be explained in the presence of counsel. And I don't think there's been anything testified to or anything in the record that would suggest anyone from the DPA office was with Ms. Russell when she was at orientation and signed any document telling her she couldn't text inappropriately and take an inappropriate picture with another individual. So Judge, I don't think that would be grounds to terminate her pretrial diversion.
Ms. Russell had 2 possession cases. She made an agreement to complete the Monroe County Specialty Court in order not to be prosecuted on those. We could have had a trial. The jury could have found her guilty. She could have went to prison, but she decided she was going to go into drug court. As part of her agreement, she agreed not to engage in any relationships with any other participants. I mean, that's what she submitted to, and that's what she agreed to. There's rules in life, some of them we don't like, but we have to follow them. So I've asked that the pretrial diversion be revoked.
I'm going to revoke Ms. Russell's pretrial diversion, have a pre-sentence investigation report done, and have her sentenced on the night. However, counsel, on the 9th, I will consider any motion you have to probate her with conditions. If you understand what I'm saying.
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you very much. Now Dakota Williams. Commonwealth versus Dakota Williams, 22 CR 0018, 22 CR 0019, 22 CR 0021. Are you Dakota Williams? You born in 2003. Last 4 digits, social security number. Mr. Stockton, it says probation revocation here.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Williams has 3 cases, 22 CR 18, 22 CR 19, 22 CR 21. He had a split sentence. He got 10 years on 3 theft by unlawful taking cases. And he also entered into the Monroe County Specialty Program as part of his plea. And he was violated for having a relationship with Ms. Russell.
There was the proof the same.
Proof's the same.
Does he want to stipulate?
Dakota, are you willing to stipulate like we talked about last night? Yes, Your
Okay,
Honor.
I'm going to go ahead and on his probation revocation. What's your recommendation, Mr. Stockton?
I would ask the court to impose a sentence. We can always look at this at a later date. I don't know. Unless you want to impose a sanction.
Well, when will he be eligible for shock probation?
30 days.
Okay, what I'm going to do is revoke the probation. However, was there any other violation? Is drug court on there? You still on there, Mr. Cross?
Yes, I am. There are other violations as well. He had positive drug test.
You need to have Larry or yourself needs to supplement the notice of termination because it doesn't have anything else on it.
That's all we had on there.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ahead and revoke his probation, and I will consider a shock probation motion after 30 days, Mr. Williams. And that will allow, and when you file a motion for shock probation, that'll give the Commonwealth an opportunity to respond to that motion with any additional violations. I don't think there are enough violations here for me to consider anything else. So I'm revoking, and we'll be looking for a shock probation motion coming in 30 days.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. And we'll go back to the regular